But I just want to get back, and I really want to stress the importance of finding a reputable tool sharpener. So what we've done is we've gone actually back to the manufacturer. Typically, our outside sales rep would be able to guide us to a manufacturer that can grind to the original specs.
So like if you have an MA4 drill, you should have that reground again by MA Ford or one of their registered regrind facilities.
100%. Because years ago, we found a reputable resharpener, and they were going along really good, and we sent maybe 100 end mills and drills to them, and they came back and they sucked. I mean, you put those out in the shop, especially on end mills, you've got the variable pitch. They have to have a CNC grinder to actually grind those in.
Yeah.
So, but they so screwed those up. They were wearing out after like 3 cuts. We would take long cuts, and it was a waste of time.
Yeah, you weren't doing that through me, were you?
I don't remember who it was, quite frankly. Probably not. But just go back to either your distribution company like Zanger's and talk to them and have them get a hold of, or just go right to the manufacturer's sales guy and say, hey, where do I send these tools that I'm going to make sure I get it as good as the original?
Yeah, I would agree with Jim. I mean, if you've got an ISCAR drill, find out if you can have it reground at ISCAR. If you've got, an MA4 drill, have it reground an MA4 drill. SGS end mill, have it reground by SGS. If you possibly can do those things.
Yeah. And if they can't,
they've all got, I can tell you from my experience, I mean, they all have their authorized regrind facilities that are trained in order to get them back to near, OEM quality.
Yeah. Because, reground just isn't as good.
Yeah, because there are, like we said before, there are a lot of shops that will try to take on whatever work they can, and they're doing it on equipment that they should not be,
especially right now
for high tech tools. And that's one of the things where you have to keep up with technology, and these regrind facilities that haven't kept up with technology, they're really gonna find their sales are going to be diminishing because they just don't have the equipment to be able to do it.
Well, the other thing is once they regrind them, it's going to lose the coating on it, right? Then they have to go back and they have to get the recipe for the coating from the manufacturer.
Well, typically most regrind shops, they don't, some of them do, but most of them do not have their own coating facilities. So they're going to go and they're going to find out, was this an L-tin or was this tin coated? And they're going to have that coated by
but a lot of those coatings
populars.
are proprietary.
There are some that are proprietary, but to be quite honest with you, there's also a lot of them where it's just like a brand name, but it's actually a common coating.
Like Advil and ibuprofen.
Yeah. No, that's a great analogy, Nick, because they'll call it like, I'll call it like Super Z purple, and it's actually like,
a
just
tin
this
coating, a tile
well, that
coating.
would be Super Z gold, would be the tin coating, and it's actually just tin coating.
And it's not easy to add that to your core competencies, because the environmental stuff that goes into being able to do coating.
Yeah. And the research,
I can't even imagine.
because there's a lot of those where it's like 7 layers of different, coatings, and you don't just develop something like that overnight. I mean, it's got to be well researched,
but the coating is very important too.
Oh yeah,
it keeps your tool.
It's
cool.
critical. We hardly sell uncoated tools now at all.
I know everything's coated.
I mean, I remember back when I started in the industry, we were primarily selling high speed steel, and carbide came along, and and then coatings came, and now we only sell coated carbide.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely the industry standard nowadays.